Hello everybody, welcome to Sauron Takes On Super Mario RPG. Today we're going to be doing, if I seem distracted, by the way, let's just get this out of the way first. If I seem distracted, it's because I have a raging headache, but I got to get this done, so. Today we're going to be doing the oceanside stuff. We're going to, more or less, as the title probably will tell you, get into the sunken ship that's nearby this neat little town, and we're going to be absolutely crushing the squid. I'm not going to lie, this is the part of the game where I probably had the hardest time, or one of the hardest times, when I was doing my stupid little challenge run because I was a stupid little boy back in the day that didn't want to read or understand stat layouts or anything like that, and oh hey, I'm not using the strongest weapons. Well, at the time now I probably was, because yeah, we get some more weapons. So this is the Elder. He's basically saying a star fell into the ocean and I have to go find it for him because he has use for it. Don't worry, you can beat him. At least I think you can. Hurry and bring back the star. Oh, I apologize for that sound. Yeah, I think the headache is partially sinus problem. But yeah, we're going to be taking care of that situation. There's the sunken ship over there, but we got to go through the seaside caves first. For those of you who are unaware, I will say that while the sunken ship did give me some of the hardest times, I did actually really enjoy it even as a kid, for the most part. The fights, particularly the squid fight, gave me some of the hardest times ever. The hurly gloves. I should call them the hurl gloves. The hurly gloves are kind of a fun bit of accessory because they cause Bowser to absolutely grab Mario and throw him at enemies, which is awesome. They are so cool, in fact, that I ended up using them for the rest of the game when I was playing this as a wee little lad. There are stronger weapons, by the way, but I opted to use those instead because they look cool. Oops. Oh, there. Let's see. Let's see here. People went to survey it, never came back. Basically, what had happened is that, yeah, there was a giant ship and a giant squid decided to go after it. So that's fun. How's you guys' holidays been? Because we're going to have plenty of time to talk here. I got some cool stuff. Got a couple new video games. There might be some reviews for some of these games relatively soon. They are not long games, by any means. But I didn't record any of our playing, but we've played through Shredder's Revenge on the TMNT side of things, as well as the new Power Rangers game as well. These games are fun. I like TMNT a bit more, because there's actually more combo potential for each character. Now, yes, in both games, they're beat-em-ups. The characters play relatively similarly to each other. But there's just more combo potential in the Turtles game than there is in the Power Rangers game. And I liked it more because of it. However, the Power Rangers game does have vehicle sections, which I think kind of props it up just a tad bit and makes it a bit more original than TMNT. So, yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed both. I don't think the Power Rangers game is worth $35 entry fee, but the Turtles game is definitely the better of the two as well. But I still like the Power Rangers one. It's not terrible. I'm not going to lie, though, the punch-out sections were kind of weird, because you do punch-outs with the Megazord for whatever reason. So that was kind of interesting. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. Boom. yeah, that attack. It takes me a while to get used to the timing again, but the hurl gloves are fun. You just grab Mario and throw him. And if Mario has a status ailment, Bowser will pull a doll out of his shirt pocket? His shell pocket? I don't know. But he basically pulls out a doll and throws that instead. It's a really fun weapon. I like Princess Peach's dance. But I'm not going to lie, Princess Peach has such a weird face in this game. It is utterly ridiculous. But Gino levels up a lot in this freaking section for whatever reason, so I don't know why. But yeah, he levels up quite a bit. Oops, landed on an enemy. Ah, it's a special one too. Hooray! I don't know. I don't mind dealing with the special enemies because they give these normal enemies a bit more of a challenge if you're kind of over-leveled like myself. Also keep in mind, guys, that I have a PlayStation 5 kind of blocking the TV. We got a bigger TV throughout the holidays. Somebody donated one to me, which is awesome. They were like, well, it's either that or throw it away. I don't really need to sell it. But, yeah. So that's fun. The bigger TV is nice. I can see the right side of the screen for once. But the PlayStation still kind of blocks the bottom of the TV. And, yeah, that's where Mario's health is. So that's why I'm not healing Mario right the heck away. Because it kind of didn't dawn on me that he was injured at the time. Inevitably, it kind of dawns on me I can just kind of scan the bottom of the screen. And if I see orange, oh, somebody's in trouble. We just got a star, which is awesome, because stars allow you to level up your characters really fast. You basically just start running through as many enemies as possible, and you can level up. It's great. Love stars in this game. Now, I haven't used Peach a lot in this game yet. But it kind of dawns on me. I'm like, wait a minute. I can just use Peach's healing magic outside of battle, can't I? And yes, you can. Princess Peach, for lack of a better term, in this game is broken. Like, I didn't use her in my initial run of the game because I hesitated there because I thought this was going to be a monster. No, there is a chest monster in the area. It's just not here. So instead, I got a frog coin. Ha! But no, Princess Peach is absolutely broken. She can heal for disgusting amounts of HP and stuff with very little actual need for flower points. Like, flower points, don't get me wrong, she does use them. And if you need to revive a character on the battlefield, that uses a lot of flower points. But here's the thing. Is, yeah, to actually heal HP, you don't need a whole lot of flower points for that. Also, reviving a character happens automatically if you win the battle that you're in. Yeah. So, there you go. I had to take a look at this ship because the ship has so much detail here. This is incredible amounts of detail. And the water looks so clean here too. Oh my gosh, guys. My childhood looks so great here. The only issue that I have with it is that the ship was smaller in the original game. And you actually had to sink down into the mast like it was a pipe. And here they just have a warp pipe. But still, this ship looks incredible nonetheless. So I can't complain too awfully much, I guess. I'm going to go beat up one of these bloopers, though, because, you know, you guys know me. I want to actually swap out to Mallow and start cataloging. What can I say? I've always enjoyed a little bit of zoology. Also, just to let you guys know from what I'm planning for this next year, I have a unfinished business section in my review list, and I'm going to kind of work on some of those as well as some older reviews that need to be redone. But, yeah. I think the biggest unfinished business I have is probably Tomb Raider. So, guess what? That's going to be the review next week. Tomb Raider. Yep. I finally beat Tomb Raider, the first one. I didn't necessarily beat the bonus levels per se. I just beat the original game. But, yeah. Tomb Raider. It's about damn time. Oh, that was a special enemy. Huh. So, yeah, Tomb Raider will be the next review on the list. It is really about time. I'm so glad to be done with it. But I'm glad I stuck through it, too. I definitely was having more fun with the levels in the game at the end of my run versus the beginning of my run. So there's that. But that'd be about all we could really say for that game. I'll talk about it more in my review, but yeah, Tomb Raider. How cool is that? I've also started working on doing Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. Yeah, I'm going to do Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. Why I didn't just throw that into my Kirby spin-off video, I'll never know, but yep, I didn't do that. I decided to make a full-on review of it instead. So, yeah, for whatever reason, Kirby's Tilt and Tumble is getting its own review, meaning I have to actually beat the game. Ugh. My sinuses are killer today. Jeez Louise. Oh, what else is there to talk about? Well, we played Power Rangers on Christmas, and I played Turtles on New Year's Eve, which is fun. We ended up beating both games. Ah, the Reaper. I love these characters. Just a little Grim Reaper Shy Guy. Nintendo will never do this ever again. I mean, it's such a cool little design for a Shy Guy enemy. What do you need, Remy's? Nope. There's Bowser's throwing the Mario doll because Mario just got tanked. Unfortunately, I don't actually have a situation here because Peach hasn't actually learned how to revive enemies or revive characters yet, so oops. But taking out the enemy again gives Mario one not only that, but he healed 1 point and he leveled up, so he just fully heals now. I think I don't even think about this in group hug anyway. Ah, the travel logs. The door to the cellar is locked with a 6-letter password. To get inside, you'll have to figure out all 6 letters. Ah, Dry Bones. We haven't seen Dry Bones here yet. I kind of forget how to take these things on. I also accidentally switched to Geno, but that's beside the point. Now notice I'm doing 200 damage on this stupid thing. In Final Fantasy, there are quite a few characters that, I mean, not quite a few, but there's a couple of enemies every so often that you'll encounter that you can hit them with your normal attacks till the cows come home, but inevitably you'll have to use some type of magic to defeat them. And that's one of the cases with Dry Bones in this particular game, is that it's a magic-based creature. You have to use a magic that it's weak to actually kill it. in this particular situation, it's only weak to one magic. And that's... Well, actually, it's weak to a lot of different magics, but... Inevitably, it kind of dawns on me how to deal with it, so... Given... my biggest issue is I don't really use magic all that often. I try to save it for, like, healing spells and stuff like that. You guys might have noticed that in my Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI. I don't like using magic if I can avoid it. Because magic is semi-finite if you don't have the items necessary to deal with running out. So, yeah, I like to save it when I can. And, as such... I don't use it as often as I probably should. But, that being said, your regular attacks, for the most part, at least in Mario RPG, takes out these enemies pretty quickly. But there's always the occasional enemy that's kind of a pain. Let's sneak peek the Creeper. I think I already did, though, didn't I? Yeah, I already did. I forgot again. I'm recording this and then recording the audio after the fact, because it's just easier on my computer that way. I forgot twice that I recorded this 2 times. Ugh. I don't even think I take a look at my bestiary in this particular video. Dry bones. That thing is, once you figure out how to deal with dry bones, he's not that hard to take out. There we go. Nice. Yeah, that's a new enemy. It is basically a giant skeleton up behind an outhouse called the Reacher. I'm just kidding. It's obviously not an outhouse, but it is kind of a weird creature to just see because it has to have that little doorway thing there. For some reason, whenever there's a... whenever I got a character with resistance to certain attacks, they always seem to attack that one particular character. And I don't know if that's, like, part of the game or what, but, like... they always seem to attack that one particular character. And it's kind of weird. I don't know. Bam! Smack the crap right out of him. Doesn't do much, but... I do like the Reacher's design, though. I mean, that's kind of a cool-looking monster, realistically. And that's a cool thing about having Square Enix do this, is that they can make some really cool monsters. The problem is that thing does not... The Reacher that I just took out, that thing does not look like a Mario enemy at all. That looks like a Final Fantasy enemy, which is fine. This was kind of like a weird hodgepodge of Final Fantasy and Mario ideas. But that's why I like the Creeper so much, because it does actually function as a pretty cool Mario-based enemy. Now, again, we'll never see anything quite like this. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to associate Shy Guys with Grim Reapers. We see ghosts of them, inevitably, in Luigi's Mansion 1, but... And Bowser reaches level 11. I kind of wish he learned some spells. All he's got is Terrorize at the moment. Which is fine if you want to make the enemies scared, but... Basically, I was just talking about how the squid is trapped in the cellar. Yeah, unfortunately, they managed to trap the squid in the cellar, but it didn't save the ship by any means. And what we're going to be doing is a lot of puzzles to kind of reach that particular situation. So here we have an Enigma, an Alley Rat, and a Reacher. Interesting creatures aboard a pirate ship. Like, the Greepers I kind of get because it's a sunken ship. Enigma, what the heck's going on there? I mean, I get that it's like a bunch of creatures in one big creature, but it's just kind of weird. Alley Rat I kind of get. On older, ships, especially pirate ships, there were a lot of rats. That's kind of how the Black Plague got bolstered up too. So obviously, since I don't use magic attacks a whole lot, I'm kind of sitting with Geno, Bowser, and Mario, because they have the best physical attacks. Like, bar none, Bowser, Mario, and Geno, if you want to save up on magic like I typically do, these guys are really good at physically attacking. The only reason, in the original Super Nintendo game, whenever I played, I'd have Peach instead. But now that you can kind of just swap characters on the fly, there's Geno getting his upgrade again. Jeez Louise. I noticed that he's a lower level, ironically enough. But, like... And I'm sorry, Mallow, bro, but your elemental attacks don't do a whole lot in this game. So I'm not going to be using Mallow a whole lot, that's for sure. Other than the bestiary kind of situation, which is cool. And normally I'd switch out Geno for Princess Peach because she heals. But since you can swap on the fly in this particular version of the game, guess what? It's just easier that way. It's funny how I wasn't blocking that attack at all, and then I start killing it. I get the timing down almost immediately. All of a sudden, out of nowhere. But yeah, when it comes to physical attacks, you can't beat Bowser and Mario. And Geno's a good second pick between the other two. So, you're just going to use Princess Peach for magic. You're going to use Mallow for maybe some elemental spells if you want elemental spells. And that's all cool. If you are really trying to figure out the enemy's weaknesses and stuff like that. Nothing in the game really says that you need to do that, though. This is where the puzzle rooms kind of happen, and I do enjoy these puzzle rooms. You gotta kill some Greepers to get into these puzzle rooms, but hey, it works out. This one isn't too bad, but so what the deal is with this puzzle room is that the Koopa Troopa actually kind of follows your movements slightly. And what you're doing is you're trying to manipulate him into going after the cannonball and hitting him the switch. But he doesn't follow your movements exactly, and there's like a little bit of a delay in his movements, so you got to really be careful on how you're doing it. There we go. There is an S in the word. That is the most useless hint I've ever seen in my life. There's an S in the word. Oh, okay, cool. The only thing that really tells you is there's probably only one S. Man, that creeper was aggressive. Jeez Louise. Got him. And now Princess Peach reaches level 11, which is good. So this requires a bit of timing. You got to basically halt the springs in a particular position that'll help this cannonball move over to the switch. Now, I got it on my first try, which is cool. Whatever the password is, it's a word that is found in the bed of the ocean. Again, not the most helpful hint at all. But you know it's 6 letters, and you know there's an S in it, I guess. Unfortunately, seaweed has 7 letters, so it's not seaweed. And that's about all we really know from this. It's not seaweed. Now, part of the reason that I think I was having a hard time is because at this point in time I was using Mario's knock-knock shell or whatever. And that's probably part of the problem that I was having with this, is that Bowser had his particular best weapon at the time, which was the hurl gloves. Mario did not. Gino did, I guess, so that Gino wasn't doing too awfully bad. I wasn't exactly leveled up either. I was skipping levels constantly. I was skipping as many enemies as possible. So I probably wasn't even to level 11 at the time, my original playthrough. I was probably up to like level 8. Oh, this is just a 3D maze. A maze in which you can't see. You basically got to use the force and feel your way out of this shit. So basically, you get to see the screen gyrate ever so slightly while I'm stuck somewhere. You know, I never really understood back in the day why these blocks had J's all over them. Like, why couldn't they just use normal crates? Now that I'm older and wiser, I'm aware that they have J on them because it's Jonathan Jones. The second expedition team says the password has 2 vowels. Now, that's a bit more useful than the last couple of hints we've gotten. Kind of waiting for this dry bones to be in a specific place. That way I can knock him out pretty easily. Now, I don't know at this point in time if you can use other special attacks. But I figure Mario's jump attack is pretty harmless. It only uses like a couple of flower points anyway. Which is why I'm kind of focused on that instead. Yeah, got out of there before he came back too, not bad. Now, I thought this dude was going to be like an enemy because eventually these shaman guys do become enemies later on. And it does say Sunken Ship's Shaman up there in his title, but yeah, at the moment they're just selling me crap, so that's kind of nice. They don't have any better equipment, though, so... And this guy basically says, hey, if you don't want to do all these puzzles, you can just go and brute your way through the password. There's no penalties for getting it wrong. Congratulations. But who doesn't love a smackdown with a bunch of greepers and doing these puzzles? The puzzles get you kind of neat rewards, so... This one is a coin following minigame, but there's a couple of issues with this. If you miss a couple coins, which I did, you have to restart. If you accidentally grab the lead coin before it's all said and done, you have to restart. But completing this minigame gets you a ton of coins, so that's not bad. Like right there, I accidentally grabbed the lead coin, so I got to restart. At least the minigames are fundamentally different, though. Yeah, I got it. It just bolsters your coin count, and then, it is very valuable. Valuable. I don't know how to say that word. So, we know that it's under the sea. We know that there's two vowels. We know there's an S in it at some point in time. And we know that it's very valuable. Crush some more undead creatures here. My curiosity is that like an actual like outhouse, or is it like the opening to a crypt supposedly, or what is that? And if it's the opening to a crypt, why is he wandering around a sunken ship? Like, it's ultimately cool, but like, what's the lore to this dang thing? Like, I don't understand. Though I didn't read my journal to see, but alright, one last, well, second to last puzzle. So this one is a cannon shot minigame. But instead of lining up things like the springs, this one you're actually doing some physical work. So I've already messed it up, naturally. But you can retry it any time, so it's fine. So now I'm starting to understand what you're doing here. What you have to do is more or less time it and get underneath each cannonball and make the cannonball shoot upwards and hit the switch. Not only do you get a mushroom, which is actually kind of meh, but you get a clue that says it is actually a they. Now, this makes there's an S in the word a little bit more helpful, because more than likely, if it's a they, it means the word is plural. Correct? So the word being plural kind of does help, because that means the S is actually probably at the end. Meaning that whatever the word is, the only S that's in the word is probably at the end. Which is, useful. Now, there is some nice things about this, is that the password never changes. So, if you guys, for whatever reason, were just stuck on this part, Super Nintendo or Switch otherwise, and you really wanted to beat this game, but you just couldn't figure out what the password was, the password is the same. Always. There's no difference between the passwords. So no matter what, the password is the same in every situation. I love that you can use magic outside of the freaking thing too. Because, yeah, I just healed up the entire party for pretty low costs there. But here's the last puzzle, which is just moving a barrel onto a switch and then hitting the other switch. The R comes before the L. So now we know that there's two vowels. There's an R and an L. There's an S, and the S is probably at the end of the word. And it's an object that's very valuable that's hidden behind the sea. Or it's hidden underneath the sea. Unfortunately, guys, that's all the hints you get. But I'm already well aware that the answer is pearls. There we go. I like how the only thing that you can't figure out is if the thing starts with an S or not. That's the cool thing too, is like there's different letters and stuff. Good job, I'll let you through if you can get past me first. Yeah. I'm gonna save first, but let's do it. Let's crush a squid. So, of course, I gotta get Mallow out because I want to record this. We're fighting tentacles! I have about 20 jokes, and I'm gonna keep them all to myself. I'll tell you what, though, the tentacles look way better here than in the original game. The original game, they kind of just moved around kind of awkwardly. Like, you could kind of pick up what they were doing, but like... And that's how I actually defeated him, I think, is just overuse of Mario's flame abilities. Once I found out they were a weakness, I was like, oh, let's go. But we'll just machine gun all of this instead. Yeah, these look really cool, though. King Calamari is quite an interesting character. I do kind of wish he would come back more, honestly. Because, like, the tentacles are cool and everything like that. Bloopers are cool. There's always, like, a blooper boss fight in a lot of RPGs. But, like, none of them have quite the impact as King Calamari here. There was one fight with Gooper Blooper, and Gooper Blooper's a fine enough blooper boss fight. But this was a really cool idea. And I kind of just wish that they did more with it. The only real weird part is that the suckers on the tentacles are on the outside of the tentacle. Whereas in normal squids, it's the opposite. There we go. King Calamari. I also like how he's in the treasure vault, too. Chip is mine. Scram. Yeah, there we go. It's time to fry this squid. Funny how his name is King Calamari and turning him into calamari is his weakness. I like how I use group hug to heal their statuses. And he just ignored that anyway. Yeah. That shot was kind of cheap, though. This beast can, out of nowhere, do 40 HP damage, which, when he's hitting somebody like Princess Peach who has less HP, that's rough. This move is tight, though. Turning Bowser into a giant shell that has a star on it. That's pretty cool. Thank goodness I blocked that. This is where I like to use magic, is all the hard-hitting spells at the end where the boss is. That way I can blast them. I do kind of wish they used more elemental magics in this game. Because, like, if an enemy is weak to fire, Mario's always there. Or if they're weak to jumping, Mario's always there, kind of thing. But then, like, Bowser doesn't use any fire magic, which I guess makes sense. It'd be redundant, but there goes the squid. You know, you have Mario who has fire magic, and then you have Bowser who has a little bit of earth magic here and there, for whatever reason. And then you have Mallow who has most of the actual spell work, and it's like, why have him have the elemental spells? Because Mallow doesn't really do much of anything else outside of that situation. And that's the overlying problem that I have with him. Anyway, we did crush the squid. We got a little bit of time here. Crush a few more opponents. Get to a save state and call it a day. Now, there is a chest that I end up messing up here. You guys will see it. But I'm pretty sure I can come back and get it. If not, that's going to be an oversight that I'll talk about. Once again, oh man. Sure, let me just take out all the rats. Oh, they. Inevitably, I'm going to have to finish one of these Let's Plays so I can move on to another one. Doing 3 Let's Plays is okay, but it slows down my progress to all the other Let's Plays that I'm doing. So, like, level 12! Alright! So, like, for example, Super Mario Galaxy, I haven't been really focused on because I'm dealing with other things. But, what I should do is just do, like, a quick marathon of, like, the rest of the Let's Play in, let's say, Donkey Kong Country. Where I just finish it, 100% it, and then, you know, over time, release the episodes of it. I probably should do that. I'm so close to getting that, too. Then I can't get the other Mario back in response, and I accidentally talk to it, which causes a fight. That being said, it's like the only time I've seen this... Remy! No, Remy! Come on now. Jeez, dog. Sorry, guys. He rolled over into my microphone where I have my microphone at. For those of you who don't know, Remy's our new dog. We're fostering him. We're not necessarily planning on keeping him, but he's not a bad dog by any means. It's just a little high energy for us and our lifestyle. So, that's a bit of an issue. Yeah, crush that thing. But yeah, if you guys know anybody looking for a dog, let us know. But he's a bit of a mutt. He was caught in Texas, brought up to where we're at right now. And he's not a bad dog. He's a cuddly dog is the problem. Or one of the problems, anyway. He will cuddle you to death. Yeah, I'll have to go... I can't get the enemy to respawn here. I think I go back a couple of times to see if I can get him to respawn. But I'll have to go back to it, inevitably. I've actually been skipping quite a few fights around here because, like, I mean, I'm not afraid to, like, take on the minor enemies and stuff like that. By any stretch of the word. But I'm already kind of over-leveled to begin with. So I've been kind of not killing everything that I've come across. The way I see it is, I figure if I ever needed to go back and level up, I can go do that. Worst case scenario, it ain't going to hurt me to just grind. But I don't necessarily need to do that on camera either. Ah, Bowser's level 12. Alright. Now he's got an attack. Poison gas. I thought there might be something back here. There's not, so... Now, the only reason I went back is because I'm checking that room to see if the clone Mario respawns. I'm sure inevitably it will, but... I like how Mario is just the, let's deal with the dry bones situation. Although, again, I'm not necessarily realizing that Mario's kind of hurting right at the moment. Oh, no, wait, I did notice. Alright, cool. Gotta have Mario to deal with my dry bones situation, right? And I switched Princess Peach out for Gino. Obviously, that strategy has its issues because Gino didn't get healed with the group hug. Bowser did. I should have swapped Bowser out, actually, but Bowser's hitting hard, and that's kind of why I wanted to keep him around. But it's no big deal. Gino's not hurting so bad. But I should probably heal Bowser less than Gino because, I hate to say it, Bowser has more health than everyone too. Like, he's a tanky beast. Yeah, see, I'm going back and checking for the clone of Mario there. Oh well, I digress. It's time for one last fight, and then I think I'll call it a wrap today. Remember that time I was like looking at a treasure chest and thinking there was going to be an enemy in there? Yeah, this is the one I was watching out for. $600 HP. I'm pretty strong, right? Yeah. Not compared to me. Ba-toom, 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 ba-toom. Boom, 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 boom. 11, 12. 12, 13 hit combo. Not bad. One cool little detail about the treasure chests is that when they attack, all of the treasure chests have different enemies inside of them. This is also a bit of a play on the Final Fantasy concept, monster in a box. Some treasure chests in Final Fantasy will have monsters in them. And that's basically what they did here, but they made the treasure chest an actual literal animated monster. Which is cool because, for whatever reason, Final Fantasy, I don't know if they do this a lot or not, but like I don't see a lot of mimics in Final Fantasy. At least not treasure chest mimics. But treasure chest mimics are the most dangerous mimics, which are cool. So leave it to Mario to kind of do that stuff. Now I could be wrong. Maybe I just kind of avoided them or whatever, but got a safety badge. Not bad. Alright guys, this is where I'm going to call it a wrap. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment. I'm going to keep doing Mario RPG. Next week is Tomb Raider. The week after that will probably be Super Mario Galaxy. And until next time, my minions, please take care. Hope everyone had a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and all that stuff. Goodbye.